I can write so well with my right foot that to save time writing Christmas cards, I simultaneously write one card with my hand and one card with my foot.
David's team.
I think we just want to have a demonstration.
Yeah.
So can you write one card to Rob and one to me?
All right.
I can think of another time saver, actually, because you can actually get cards where they've already printed Happy Christmas on them for you.
And that's the kind of emotionless man you are. You get them printed when it says, sorry to hear that someone's died, and you've got David. Now,
couple of cards.
Yes, so...
A couple of pens.
Yeah, no, obviously it's going to be difficult because my sofa's not as high as this at home, so how the hell do you expect me to sit on there and reach the floor?
Yeah. Why don't you just use Rob's chair?
And then use it on the floor. Good idea. Can I use your chair, Rob?
Yeah, of course.
It'd be a nice treat for you sitting on the big high stool. So, there you go. Hang on, I'll help you up. Just... So we get here. So this is me at home, obviously, sat on my own.
I feel like a song now.
At the same time now for us.
Can I just say at school...
Have you ever had one of those days? See you the same time next week. I'm Val Dunican. Goodbye. Set the scene for us, Lee. It's the run-up to Christmas.
It's the run-up to Christmas.
You're at home.
We've left it a bit late.
Yeah.
My wife's saying, oh, we haven't done the Christmas cards again, sweetheart. And I say, fear not, love, because you remember my party trick. If I help you, we'll do it 3 times as quick. Because the 3 of us, me, her and the foot. So, the pen, the red pen for now, will go into the foot. Thus. OK? So that card will go on the floor there, like that. And then, wait, Josh, look. And then the other one goes in the hand there. And I think you'll agree, ladies and gentlemen, I have demonstrated it perfectly. I mean, what else is there to do?
Well, write the card. Why don't you try and
We're
write
running out of time, Rob. I think we should wrap it up now.
Why don't you try and write me?
Time, Rob. We're running out of time.
I think you could write...
That's the buzzer. That's the end of the game.
Have I moved to Scotland? Why don't you write me with that one, a lovely Christmas message and a lovely one for David.
So, here we go.
Still, I can see why this is a tremendous time saver.
Off you go. Start corresponding.
Now.
Well done. Hey! Well done.
He's doing it. He is doing it. And this one, come on. Oh, the kisses, good.
Oh, happy Christmas.
All right. Alrighty.
Can I have a look?
This is yours, David. It's a little... If you received that in the post, you'd think someone wanted to kill you, wouldn't you?
I think we're going to go true.
You're going to... So, are you saying it is the truth, or are you saying it is a lie?
No, it's a lie.
It's a lie. It is a lie.
So, Lee, was it the truth? Or might it have been a lie?
It was, in fact, a lie.
As a child, my Christmas was once cut short when my mum took the decorations down halfway through Christmas Day.
David's team.
Oh, right, this...
Thank you.
Was she always down on Christmas, or was... What happened this year?
Well, this year in particular, just halfway through Christmas Day, she's like, I've had enough. We've done the presents.
Had you done the lunch?
Yeah, we've done lunch. So let's just...
What was the time?
2:30.
OK, so pre-Queen.
Oh, we don't do the Queen in my family.
I'm so sorry, David.
You don't listen to the Queen?
No.
Did it become...
I mean, she's the head of state. 8 minutes a year, you know, and 6.5 if you skip the bit with the trumpets.
Was it a great dramatic gesture, or was it sort of...
It was quite dramatic because
I mean, were the I mean, the things were on the ceiling.
And it's taking the tree down and putting a plastic tree back into a box.
The stuff on the ceiling, did she have to get
We
a
didn't have
ladder?
stuff on the ceiling.
Well, you had no
Well,
tinsel like round the room.
No.
Oh, this was hardly a Christmas, wasn't it? You don't watch the Queen's speech. I expect you're having a pizza. You're having a pizza and she put the fake tree away like an umbrella. Fine, pop that away. This is barely worth hearing about.
Was there a specific incident that set her off?
She was very disappointed with me and my sisters because...
In general.
It's been a tough year. I think I had got one present and I had not liked it. And so that was a bad point. And my sister Cheryl hadn't got out of bed yet.
Now, tell us about your Christmas day. I'm imagining there's a lot more structure to it. And respect is a word that's coming to my mind.
Thanks, Rob. Oh, I don't know. I think I have quite a normal Christmas day.
I imagine Bucks Fizz at 11.
No, we don't book a band.
So, David, what is your team thinking? Could this be true?
Yes,
it's heartbreaking.
Completely rings true, I think. What do you think, Tom?
Well, whatever I think would be wrong, so...
Well, that could be... If that's 100%, that's very useful.
I'd ask her.
What do you think, then?
Well, I'd go with Tom, really.
I've had an insight.
Tom's had an insight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think she's not telling the truth.
Oh, what? Why do you think that?
I don't know. It just came over me.
Right.
I think she's telling the truth. But it's quite easy to know who to side with here. I literally sit at home all day watching Homes Under the Hammer and you're next to a Knight of the Realm.
Yeah, but I'd go with him if I were you.
True. True, you're saying it's true. Sarah, a tragic tale.
A tragic
Fact
tale.
or fiction?
This tale was true.
I told you,
One Christmas, on hearing I wasn't going to get the present I wanted, I tried to drown myself. In protest.
David C.
Tell us the story.
Well, I wasn't going to get the present I wanted.
Which was? What did you want?
The Spice Girls' debut album, Spice.
It's a lie. That's so weird, because I did get it, and I did try and drown myself.
No! Don't applaud that. It's a great album.
How old were you then?
I was like 10 or 11.
Right.
So you wanted the album.
No, he really,
then...
really wanted it.
Stop right now. So you wanted the album.
Yes,
What
I
happened?
really, really wanted it.
In case it don't use mine in the edit, yeah? Well, can I just say
James,
stop right now?
Yeah.
I'll have that one if they use this.
Who's your friend? Big Ears?
So what happened, James?
I wanted the Spice Girls album, Spice. And so did my sister. We'd both been pestering our parents a lot for the album. My father decided he had to tell us before Christmas who was going to get the album or not, because he didn't want an upset on Christmas Day. And so he waited until we were in a safe space with the local swimming pool. We'd all gone for a family swim.
Yeah.
And
It's a lovely Christmassy thing to do. A lot of people do a lot of swimming in the run-up to Christmas.
Yes, because it was in honour of the 7 swans of swimming.
Yeah.
That's what we did. We were swimming, and then my dad called a family meeting.
Shallow end?
Shallow end, yes. Oh, you're not treading water during a family meeting. He said, right, it's a week until Christmas, and I'm just going to let you know that Ruth is getting the Spice Girls album.
Ridiculous.
Well, where were you then? Was that the time, I looked like I overreacted.
But take us through this reaction. Paint a picture of how a young James reacted.
It was like a storm came over me. I was very angry. And then I turned and I walked to the other end of the shallow end. I did a width.
Yeah.
I would have stormed away, but it's very hard. Wade through the water. You have to say every now and again, I'm really cross. Went to the other end, and I turned round so they could see my face, and I just sat down slowly. And I was under the water. I went, well, I was thinking this. I guess I'll either stay here until one of two things happens. Either I get the Spice Girls' debut album Spice, or I'm gonna die.
Which happened?
Well, what happened was, I came back up again, and I saw that not only were they not... They were just carried on swimming. They got always under the water now, and my dad quickly went, problem solved, and they carried on swimming.
What are you thinking, Noddy?
I just don't think his dad would do that. I think he'd buy 2 albums.
Oh, I'm unaware that you knew my father, Noddy.
What do you think about the 2 albums buying issue?
Well, like, as a parent, I just would have thought that just quietly, like, going off to HMV to buy an album is easier than taking the whole family for a group swim.
So what are you going to say, David? What's it going to be?
I think it's fine.
I'll say lie.
You think that you both think it's a lie? I'm going to say lie.
OK.
Yeah.
James, were you telling us the truth, or was it a lie?
I was telling the truth.
I once had a fight whilst dressed as a Christmas elf.
David's team.
All right.
Where were you playing this elf?
I worked in the grottos in
regularly?
Manchester, Wigan and Bolton. I did it for several years. But the problem is, every Santa that you have, they've all got their own issues. They're very narcissistic individuals. And if you're stuck on a shift with a Santa who's a bit of a plonker, it's a long day. And this particular day, he kept saying things like, I'm not just a Santa Claus, I'm a family therapist. You know, stuff like that. But, you know, so it was a stressful shift, and he was really irritating. So I'd gone out for a cigarette, and I got in trouble for having a cigarette in my uniform,
Well,
which annoyed
paint a picture for us of this elf uniform.
Well, it's an elf hat and, you know, an elf suit, really. That's just...
That's not really painting a bit. I could have said elf hat and elf suit.
All right, well, half of it was red and half of it was green. It's the usual...
All right, have it your way.
How many fags did you smoke?
I don't know. I mean, to be honest, you smoke in the day, but you never get enough breaks. And even when I quit smoking for a bit, I'd always go, I'm going out for a ciggy, because you're only allowed a fag break. You're not allowed a break.
Yeah.
What if you just want to stand outside and live a bit longer? That's not allowed. So I kept the uniform on, went for a cigarette, got in loads of trouble. And then another elf was like, oh, we've got to get out of here. Let's get to the pub. We needed this, me and this girl. I was a small elf, you know, 5'3". I looked like an easy target. I got quite a bit of abuse. Christmas elf! And after a bit, it got quite irritating. Anyway, I ended up getting into a rough and tumble with this one woman, and it got very... We're on the floor, rolling around.
What was she dressed as?
She was just herself. She was being...
Well, you can't know that. She could have been a real elf disguised as a normal person. In which case she'd be furious with you. Look how you destroy our reputation. I've been working all year on children's presents. I have one night off. And there you are, smoking and drinking and besmirching the name of elf.
OK, so you're on the floor, you're fighting.
Yeah.
What happens?
Well, I'm hair-sensitive.
You're what, sorry?
So that's hair-sensitive.
You're hair-sensitive. What does that mean?
It's a very soft German person.
Oh, that's That's very good.
Little cracker jokes for you there for Christmas.
So I'm quite sensitive on the head, so she got a good grip on the hair. That was it. I was done. That was it.
Gloria, what do you make of this?
I think it's a big fat lie. I don't think she's that kind of girl, really. She's a different kind of girl.
Yeah.
I don't think she's that kind of girl.
I, on the other hand, I think she's that kind of girl.
Yeah. Are you thinking true? I'm feeling true.
I must say I'm feeling true because of all of the facts. There's a lot of detail. Will you join in?
I'll join in, OK.
We'll go true.
Right, you're going true.
We're going to go true, yeah.
So, Sophie, was it true or was it a lie?
It was true.
Every year, I signal the start of Christmas dinner by taking my seat opposite Mrs. Wogan and firing a pistol loaded with a blank or blanks.
Marvellous.
Hey, what do you think?
Oh, well, I've always wanted to say this. It's like a dream come true. Is it the current Mrs. Wogan?
Yes, the poor soul.
You ever set fire to her?
In ways that I will not develop.
OK, so where'd you get this pistol from?
I have a gun licence.
I didn't ask you that. You can answer whatever questions you like, Sir Terry.
And I wouldn't be afraid to use it. These are blanks. It's a simple tradition.
How did it start, the tradition?
Well, years ago. My father did it before me.
Why did he do it?
Until the accident.
No, things, you know, develop in families, little traditions. The fun starts in the Wogan household with a pistol shot. It's a bit frightening at first for the grandchildren, but they get over it.
So
and they know that it's the beginning of the great festival, that Grandad has fired his pistol. Time to get the bird out.
Right, Lee.
Kevin, what do we think?
I think it's a lie.
Kevin's saying a lie.
Kevin's
Katie,
a lie.
what are you
Katie?
saying?
It just seems a very dangerous thing to do with your family around. I think it's a lie.
You say lie?
I say it's a
you
lie.
say it's a lie. Terry, is it true or is it a lie?
One Christmas, I accidentally put the wrong address in my mum's satnav, and instead of driving to Lakeside, she drove all the way to the Lake District.
Right, David's team.
Geographically, where was the starting point?
Well, it was London, yeah. It was a long time ago. It was when the satnav, remember it was called Tom Tom?
Actually, it wasn't called Tom Tom.
What was it called?
It was called Tom 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 Tom.
So I've always had slight dyslexia as a kid, so I sort of...
Oh, so maybe it wasn't a Tom Tom, maybe it was your MOT.
Could have been, yeah. I think I just put it in wrong. And
Well,
then...
yes, obviously that's not a detailed explanation of what went awry.
What would you like to know?
What did you type in the word Lakeside?
I stuck in LA, put in the first couple of letters, and then it predicts the word for you.
You put LA in, your mother drove off towards Los Angeles, and you went, stop, stop, and you saved it with a K.
Yes.
And then you thought, right, fine, that's fine. There can't be more than one place beginning LAK. It finished Lake Windermere, off she drove.
No, I must have put in the lake, and then it filled the rest in, and I must have pressed Lake District, taking for granted that.
And you are saying, with a straight face, that your mum, was it just your mother?
No, it wasn't my mum. It was my mum and her next-door neighbour, Debbie.
Right.
They just kept driving until it got dark. And then what my mum said is that they got so scared because it was just them two in the car and they didn't know where they were going. My mum doesn't know how to do the sat-nav and all that business, that they thought it would be safer just to continue to where they were going and then just work out what to do the next day. So they went to the Lake District.
They arrived in the Lake District?
Yes. It took them like 6 hours. Yeah, they got...
It took what? 6 hours?
Yeah, they took some wrong turns. So they had to get a hotel and stay in the Lake. I swear...
Come on.
I'm telling you...
I have to say, we've been doing this show for many years, and Rob has never, in the middle of it, gone, no!
So after about 3 hours in, they got so far that they weren't going to come back in the same day. They were going to continue and stay where they were.
Yeah.
Debbie phoned her husband, which I think they should have done a lot earlier because he's a cab driver.
Even if he wasn't, it would make sense, really, to make contact.
So what do they do, Joe? Did they stay over there?
They stayed over.
And then what?
I got a phone call.
Yeah.
They were fuming.
They must have been livid.
The thing was like that. My mum didn't know where anything was. She didn't know how to get to places. So she would follow that satnav, regardless whether it took her into the sea. She'd be in the sea. She'd follow it. So
and yet you put the destination in with such little care.
Well, I just didn't think I was going to... Honestly, when she told me, even I was surprised.
Even you didn't believe
the same questions as you asked, like, why didn't you come home? Why did you stay? None of it made sense to me either. But the one thing she said is that they were very scared, they didn't know where they were going, so they just carried on following the blue line to the end of the destination. And then in the morning, they worked out, I think they asked someone in the hotel that they had to stay in, and then the fella reprogrammed it to come back to London the next day.
Joe Lycett, what are you thinking?
I think it might be true. I can see real hurt in him.
It's doable. It is doable with the dyslexia thing.
If it's a lie and you pick up that card, you're not going to follow through on, yes, they discovered halfway through the journey that they were heading to totally the wrong place, but decided that the thing to do was to follow through on the entire journey. It's more plausible that it happened than that Joe invented that just now.
Basically, David said there's more chance your mother's stupid than you are creative.
I think we think true. I think we think true.
It's true that they drove all that way. Joe Swash, was it true or was it a lie?
Yeah, it happened, yeah.
One Christmas morning, I woke up stark naked in our shoe cupboard, clutching nothing but 2 cans of fake snow.
Lee Mack, what do you make of that?
So, what year was this?
About 1993.
OK, and can you talk us through how this happened?
I went to bed very drunk on Christmas Eve. Actually, it was Christmas morning by then, about 2 in the morning. And I woke up again in the cupboard under the stairs, totally naked, with 2, as I realised when I picked them up, empty artificial snow spray cans in each hand. And the light was on, and my face was in the Wellington boots.
What had you gone in there for?
I'd gone in to put the snow cans back after what I then realised I'd done with them.
What had you done with them?
2 weeks earlier, we bought our family Christmas tree in the hall, and Judy and Chloe, my daughter, decided that it wouldn't be a good idea to put artificial snow on it, and Jack, my son, and I thought it would. And we had a massive row, and of course, the ladies won. So the spray was hidden at the back of the cupboard, but I saw where Judy hid it. Okay.
But you did this naked?
Yes. I did it in my sleep.
Can I just stop you there? No one's listening now. We're all just thinking, Richard Madeley sleeps naked.
And clearly, I mean, I can only suppose what happened. I'd gone downstairs in my sleep, taken the cans out, covered the tree with fake foam, gone back in the thing, and then woken up.
You've done the whole tree? Was it a good job?
It was terrible. I mean, it covered everything. It covered the lights, it covered the baubles, it covered... it was like a great big Mr. Whippy.
I'm intrigued by this cupboard under the stairs, Richard. I think someone with your income would, by now, or by 1993 even, during your, let's call it heyday, would have had it... I do think you would have had it converted into a downstairs facility.
Is that your view of opulence? that any sort of space under stairs must be fitted for immediate
any sort of
ingestion.
unused space anywhere.
Any money at all. There's something about the combination of wealth, career success, and a little cubbyhole that just says poo.
What did Judy and Chloe have to say about this in the morning?
Christmas morning dawned, and I went down with Judy, and there it was, looking awful. And I just went, Jack, we told you not to do that. And you went and kept it up for about a minute and then confessed.
So you woke up at 2 in the morning?
I didn't wake up. I was sleep spraying.
You were sleep spraying, but then you went into...
a horrid connotation.
Think of the children.
We've all done it.
You did the spraying. What was your first conscious memory? Waking up in the cupboard or waking up in the bed?
No, waking up in the cupboard.
Do you always sleep naked?
Yes.
Always?
Yeah.
How does Judy feel about that?
Well, so does she.
Blimey. Is it me or is it getting up to the...
Sorry, hang on.
No, give me a minute.
Hands up, who sleeps naked?
David, keep your hands down.
It's got to be 40%.
No, I mean, obviously I go to bed dressed as Scrooge.
So what are you thinking, Lee?
I definitely think it's plausible. What do you think, Kate?
What concerns me is the gap between the waking up at 2 o'clock in the morning and going to bed and not sort of doing anything about the tree.
Just leaving it.
Just leaving it.
Miles?
I think it is true.
You do.
So what are you going to say?
OK, split decision. We will go with... I will go with Miles and say that's true.
You're saying it's true? Richard Madeley, were you telling the truth or were you telling a lie?
I have to tell you guys, you've made a terrible start. For us, it's true. Well done.
I once embarrassed myself in front of the local vicar at Christmas.
Is that it? Vague, isn't it? Is that all we're getting?
Well, no, we can get more. What happened?
Well, it was Christmas, and the vicar had to come round to my aunt and uncle's, where I was having Christmas. The sort of drinks, I think. I went to sit next to him and sat on the edge of a sofa. And as I sort of sat back like that, I broke enormous wind.
And did he say anything?
He sort of... It's here! No, I don't think he did, which is what made it so funny for me.
Why did you go over to sit next to the vicar to start with?
Because I think my sister was there, and I thought, oh no, she's been lumbered with the vicar. And I thought, oh, she might need some conversational help. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Which I sort of provided.
What direction was the vicar at this point?
I don't know if he was down or upwind, but he was involved.
Miranda,
I mean, he
you saw his hair move.
I think actually what I did was...
That is a great image.
I think I burst out laughing, did one of those laugh spits.
Laugh spits? So having farted at the man, you then spat on him?
You know when you go... So it was like...
So what do you think, David? What are you going to say?
Miranda, the way you told the story at the beginning, I couldn't work out. You had a lot of pauses in there. Was that for effect, or were you thinking it up as you went along? And I think probably worth making it up as you went along. So I think it's probably a lie.
Dale, what do you think?
Miranda is like one of those fabulous people in the world who's uninhibited with no... Am I right? You're kind of like, oh, what the heck, I don't care.
My face is a mask.
So you think it's true, you think it's a lie?
Yeah.
I'll say I think it's true.
You think it's true? OK, Miranda. True?
It is actually true.
One Christmas, my wife bought me a dog. Rather than think up a name for it, I took him for a walk in a cemetery and named him after the first gravestone he showed an interest in.
Well, that's lovely and festive, isn't it? Please, Steve.
What was on the initial gravestone?
John Samuels.
John Samuels. So your dog is called John Samuels?
Dog is called John Samuels.
And this...
He's a Bedlington Terrier. They're sort of... Do you know, they've got curly hair.
Was it chosen, the curly-haired dog, for any specific reason, Stephen?
No, I can't think of a reason why I choose a curly-haired dog.
This dog, has he got big gnashers?
Lee,
I'm not sure where this is going.
It's Christmas. It's Christmas.
Oh, yeah, sorry. This dog, has he got big gnashers? Happy Christmas.
What time of day do you tend to walk your dog in cemeteries, Stephen?
Well, he was only a puppy, so I was actually carrying him, so it wasn't really a walk.
So how did he show interest if you were carrying him? Did he leap from your arms?
He wagged his tail.
Wagged his tail. And up until that point, he hadn't wagged his tail.
OK.
He'd had a really miserable Christmas. He'd had a miserable walk or carry. Everything.
Here's the story. I'd asked my wife, if you're watching this, to cover John Samuel's ears. We told him it was the one he showed an interest in, but we'd, or his ears covered, had secretly decided it was going to be the first one inside the gate. He thinks it's because he wagged his tail, but actually it was the first...
He thinks it's because he wagged his tail.
Yeah.
Think about what you're saying, Steve.
He thinks
Have you had a chat with him? Wait till he finds out he was adopted. He's going to
Tell us about the lovely, heartwarming scenario on Christmas morning when Mrs. Mangan whipped out a puppy for you. I mean, was it I think you know full well that's not what I meant, Miranda. How did she present the puppy to you?
The puppy came with her parents.
Wow, that's a hell of a present.
Yeah, exactly.
Was it a special offer?
They were coming round to ask for lunch, and they brought the puppy in a little basket with a bow around its neck.
Oh, that's lovely.
And a big sign saying, "To Stephen."
Honestly, Stephen, how much did you want the dog?
A lot. I've always wanted a dog. My mum never let us have animals. We had a cat once, but it wasn't allowed in the house.
You haven't really got the cat then, have you, in that case? Did she just point at cats and yeah, that belongs to us? We had a cat, but he wasn't allowed in the house.
Well, there was
in that case, we own a cow.
Is this the first time you've done this?
Yeah, we only have one dog.
Pets,
We've got one dog, that's it. No.
You got any children?
2 children.
How did you name them?
What, Burger King and Boots?
So what are you thinking, Lee? Does this sound truthful to you?
I'm not sure, really. What do you think, Barry?
Too much erratic detail in it. I don't think the narrative holds together.
Miles?
I think this couldn't be less true.
You don't think it could be less true?
No.
What if it's a lie? That's definitely less true if it's a lie, isn't it?
If I'm going to talk
less.
semantics with someone tonight, Lee, it won't be you.
I love having Miles on the show. He's the only person in the world that can make David Mitchell sound like Danny Dyer.
I don't believe Stephen.
So you think it's a lie?
I do think it's a lie.
You think it's a lie?
Yes.
Well, I disagree with you, so I think it's not true.
Right, Stephen, were you telling the truth, or were you telling a lie?
Amazingly, it's a lie!
Once on Christmas Day, I was forced to hitchhike my way home and was picked up by 4 different drivers.
Please do.
Where were you going from and to?
I was going from London down to Hastings.
How old were you?
I was about 17 and a half.
And because nothing was running on Christmas Day, or you were skint?
No, what happened was I was meant to go home on Christmas Eve, but I missed the last train.
So you started your journey in London?
I did.
And how long did it take to get picked up? For the first bit?
Not long, actually, 10 minutes-ish.
And he said...
Would you like to come back and have Christmas lunch with me? I'm very lonely.
Seriously, he said that?
Yeah.
What sort of a man was he?
He was a gay man in his mid-70s.
How far did you go with him? No. I mean, how far on your journey did you go?
I think he drove me about 10 miles, something like that.
So that's the first person.
Yeah.
And then, do you remember the second one?
A woman.
Yes.
Who picked me up round about the Eltham area, I think.
I like a euphemism early on in the show. We've all been picked up in the Eltham area, haven't we?
Actually, you're more accurate than you realise. She actually did make a pass at me.
This is 2 now?
Well, she said, "Where do you want to go?" And I said, "Down to the coast, please."
Oh, my God. Did she go down to the coast?
Well, what she actually did was she put her arm round my neck and tried to kiss me.
She did. What had led her to believe that this was a possibility? What had happened?
The mistletoe on the wing mirror.
Yeah, she tried to kiss me. I opened the door and got out of the car and ran away.
Ah, so that explains the second story. Right, now get to the third one.
The third guy was deaf.
I'll tell you what, if this turns out to be a lie, you deserve a medal for for making this as least plausible as possible en route to the story. But, OK, so he's deaf.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I had to write down where I wanted to go.
And you said Hastings on the card?
Yeah.
What did he say?
He didn't say anything. He just started driving.
Oh, that's a bit menacing, isn't it?
He didn't look scary.
And who was the fourth?
The fourth was a farmer. He said that he was fed up with his family, so he took me all the way to Hastings.
So he's having a bad day on Christmas Day and decides he'd rather drive you to Hastings.
Well, he said that he told his wife he was going out for a paper. That's the end, really, because he dropped me off where I was going.
Did you invite the man in for a mince pie or something? You know?
No.
You didn't even invite him in?
No. Do you think that's a bit weird?
I don't. I think it's the weirdest bit of the story. He's given you a lift all the way to Hastings on Christmas Day. He's the only one who hasn't made a sexual pass at you. He's been entirely honourable. Just give him a little bit of a mince pie and some brandy butter.
So what do you think? There's a lot of detail in there.
I think it's not true.
Based on?
I think it's got too many characters, like a Tarantino film.
The bit I'm doubting is that wouldn't you just write on a piece of paper Hastings and hope someone's going to Hastings rather than anyone going sort of that way and I'll just keep getting out and getting out?
Have you ever hitchhiked? You sound very idealistic about it all. Well, I'm not getting in a car until I go into Hastings. I don't care what day of the year it is. Hastings, no.
Paul does have a point. That's not how it works. You just go a little bit, and then maybe... And that's part of the fun of hitchhiking. It's who you
don't try and pretend to me you've ever hitchhiked. I know you well. Getting at the back of a Mercedes once a week is not hitchhiking.
I've seen it in films, though.
So Ray thinks it's true.
It's got to be true.
OK.
Too wacky to be made up.
So you think they're too wacky to be made up, you think they're too wacky to be true?
Yeah, I think she enjoyed making them up.
So what's it going to be, then, Lee?
OK, well, we'll say... be it on your head, Ray, but we'll say it's the truth.
Saying it's the truth. OK, Joe Brand. Truth or lie?
It is... true.
I once spent an entire Christmas locked in a bank.
David Steen.
OK, by an entire Christmas, what are we talking? All 12 days, I'm assuming.
No, from Christmas Eve until about 7 o'clock on Boxing Night.
On Boxing Night?
Yes.
When the bank opened for the usual Boxing Day evening. Yes, I
No,
understand.
somebody came to let me out.
Which bank?
It was a merchant bank. I was working as a security guard, and I'd elected, due to personal trauma, that I'd spend my Christmas working overtime guarding Hill Samuel in Victoria.
And then they forgot about you?
No, because there was a rush on at Christmas. I never got relieved on Christmas morning.
Oh, we all look forward to that.
There, Rob, haven't we?
I mean, it's in the Bryden household, I have to say, it's my one Christmas treat.
It was the Christmas after John Lennon got assassinated.
And you had to go into hiding?
No.
I don't ever remember you being implicated in this.
But you see, I was living with a girl in Streatham.
Yeah, Yoko.
No. And we split up because she was seeing somebody else.
John Lennon.
So I needed to get a job. Yeah. And, you know, I wanted to be a bit of a martyr. So I said I'd work the Christmas shift as a security guard.
Like many of the great martyrs through history.
Dave, answer me this.
Yes, certainly, Chris.
You went through a period where you were so lonely and down that you didn't have any family of any kind whatsoever who was saying, come home for Christmas and come and, you know...
No, but
they
laughed themselves silly when I phoned them up on Christmas Day and told them where I was.
How did you do that?
There was a phone in the bank.
What sort of bank is this? With a phone in it? Honestly, I've tried to phone a bank over and over and again.
So there's a phone in the bank?
Yes.
Why did you only use it to phone your family and not to phone someone who could have released you from the bank?
I kept phoning. It was a firm in Croydon that had employed me, And I kept phoning them, and they said they had nobody in to hold on. So I held on right through, like, 4 shifts.
And you accepted that?
I had no temperature. I was locked in the bank.
So
I couldn't get out. When you're guarding a bank, they lock you in.
They don't lock you in, surely. In the bank?
Well, they wouldn't give me the keys. I was only 22.
So that's how a merchant bank ensures its security over Christmas. It locks a 22-year-old in there. And they'll go, it's all right, if anyone breaks in, the 22-year-old will handle it.
No, but I had a phone. You see, I could have
What were you
phoned for the
supposed to
police.
do if the burglars all come in? You fit ring Croydon, they say, we'll have someone there in the next 36 hours.
Well, how did you actually celebrate Christmas? I mean, what did you do to mark it?
I did. Before I went to work, I did take myself a small capon. I stuffed it, little sausages and everything, and I put it by me, you know, away, and I looked forward to it. And when I got back on Boxing Night, the cat had me cape on because I forgot to put it away.
The cat was wearing your cape?
No, a capon is like a type of chicken.
Oh, sorry.
I didn't even have a Christmas dinner.
The cat wasn't wearing the apron.
He said...
Oh, the cat's there taking over, doing a fry-up going, well, he's gone, I'm about to look after himself.
No.
Like a big chicken.
No, he clearly said, I came back and the cat had me cape on. So, David, what are you thinking?
There is only one person who can answer this question here in this room. So we're going to have to turn to you, Jimmy. I wouldn't have thought there were many merchant banks in Victoria.
I don't really know much about banks in Victoria. If it was in Jersey, I'm your man.
So is it the truth?
I think true.
Do you?
I like the detail, the cat, the cape on. I love the story. I'd like to buy the rights.
We think it's true?
True, we think
You all
it's true.
think it's true?
True,
Okay.
absolutely true.
Dave, truth or lie?
Sadly, it's true.
In our family, whoever was deemed to have done the worst mime in the Christmas game of charades had to stand up and have their finger nibbled by our pet tortoise.
David's team.
What was the tortoise called?
Aldwinkle.
Why was he called Aldwinkle?
Because that was the name of the place we got him, the village of Aldwinkle.
How did it start?
It must have been my father. It has his stamp upon it. I don't really remember. It was just something we always did, and it seemed perfectly normal to us.
What was it about your father's finger?
It wasn't my father's finger. It just... he rather liked the sort of traditional aspects of Christmas and liked to follow these things.
Well, that's not one of them.
That's an invention.
I mean, there are some off-the-shelf traditions you could have used.
Yeah.
But I think
Mince pies, carols, turkey or goose, that kind of thing.
He was sprinkled with a little artificial snow to make him seasonal, but nonetheless, that's what we did. It wasn't a great time of year for Aldwinkle. I think he was probably bewildered by the entire process, but nonetheless, that was what we did.
Of course, as I'd forgotten, but you've reminded me, they hibernate.
Well... That's exactly true, but hibernation can be an interrupted affair. But
you got your information right, yeah? They're all the kids at home. Wake up the tortoise, he's fine. The Reverend Richard Cole said, let's go and dig up Nam.
I will concede Aldwinkle was not at his liveliest. He was a bit more vital, I have to say, vigorous in the summer months.
Well, this is the thing that worries me, because I think waking a tortoise...
I mean, can you wake an animal?
Waking any animal from hibernation can cause problems, so let's not do that, kids, whether this is truth or a lie.
OK, but the actual ceremony, so you've played charades...
There would always be somebody who did... Papillon, there would always be somebody who did the taking of... We did the same... You know, it's ritualised, that stuff. And anyway...
Oh, sorry, the same... You did the same films every year? You're really into ceremonial, aren't you? We will now mime the taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. How was it decided who'd lost at charades? How did you do the scoring of charades?
It was usually by the kind of tutting and sighing, the amount of tutting and sighing, and also by the length of time it took to guess the 4 films that we did every year.
OK. And what were the other two? Papillon, Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3.
The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
The Sound of the Music and Towering Inferno.
I've not seen The Sound of the Music. That sounds less positive about the music.
No, that's
The sound of the music is keeping everyone awake.
OK, so, David's team. Kerry, what are you thinking?
I think it's got to be a lie, hasn't it?
Richard has a very honest face, doesn't he?
You see, well, interesting about Richard, because that clothing he's wearing, that only two sorts of people wear that, vicars and confidence tricksters. We don't know which one he is yet.
You think there's a difference?
What are you thinking, Harry?
Satire.
I think because of the hibernation problem, I think it has to be a lie.
What about you, though, David?
What I always think is it could be either.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because, of course, it sounds unlikely, but at the same time, that's exactly the kind of true thing they would pick. Yes. If he just said, at Christmas, we would have mince pies.
Yes.
Then you go, well, that sounds true. Yes, true. What a merry show that would be. But no, they've got to pick something that's either a lie or a true thing that might as well be a lie because it's so unlikely. And it's finding that distinction that apparently is the point of this section of my life. Lie. We'll say lie.
Saying lie. Richard, truth or lie?
It's a lie.
I once got locked in the crypt after midnight mass. Luckily, I managed to escape using nothing but the contents of a box of Christmas crackers.
David's team.
Tell me how you ended up in the crypt and tell me how you ended up on your own locked in the crypt.
OK, so they do the midnight mass at St Paul's.
Yeah.
And the service ends, and I said to my wife and children, hey, should we have a look at the crypt? But they want to go. It's midnight. We've got to get all the way back to my house. It's a long way. But you know me, I won't go anywhere without a piece of blank paper and a crayon.
Yeah.
So I've got a few rubbings.
Yeah. Who is your favourite of the people who were buried in the crypt?
It was definitely Dead Dave.
Dead Dave?
That was my nickname for him.
Yeah.
King David IV.
I had King David IV.
Yeah.
Great king. Where was he king of again?
He was king of Denmark. Then I heard, like a horror film, the sounds of large gates. Crun, dum, echo, echo, echo. I come back round, and that's when I see that it's actually locked.
Oh, my word.
Phone rings. It's my wife upstairs. Where the hell are you? I was saying, yes, help me, I'm trapped in the crypt, but there isn't very good reception in the crypt.
Yeah.
So all she could hear was the crypt. Did it on the train and the microphone. Right. Norman Collier. I said, a little bit, yeah.
Why did you have crackers with you?
So, outside the crypt, there was a table, had a bit of holly, a few crackers, just a few bits and bobs, and I was able to reach through, and I managed to grab that cracker and think there must be something in here that could help me. And luckily, it was one of your quality crackers. You know, sometimes you get a cracker where you think, I'll actually keep that.
Yeah.
I'll keep that gift.
Yeah.
And it was a blowtorch.
Right, so what are you thinking? Ruth, what do you think?
No, it's a lie.
But it's obviously a lie.
What?
So it's a lie. You're going to say lie because
Where's your Christmas charity?
I tell you why. It's because you said. You know what he said?
Yeah.
That's why it's a lie.
OK. So, Lee, we're all on tenterhooks. Was it a lie?
It's a lie.